Night drone footage of explosions at a Russian airbase, followed by urgent headlines: Ukraine hits Russia. Kremlin threatens retaliation, NATO on alert. The war in Ukraine has entered a dangerous new phase. In a bold escalation, Ukrainian drone strikes have hit multiple military targets deep inside Russian territory, including sites near Moscow and even St. Petersburg, showing Kyiv missile paths expanding into Russian territory. The attack struck a freight airfield, radar station, and logistics hubs, some over 500 miles from the Ukrainian border. Burning hangars and satellite imagery of bombed location. According to Western intelligence, the strikes were highly coordinated using long-range drones developed with the help of Western supplied components and targeting data. Ukrainian says it was responding to massive Russian missiles barrage that killed dozens of civilians in cities like Kharkiv and Odessa earlier this month. Ukrainian President Zelensky said that we will not allow Russia to strike us with impunity. If they bring the war to our cities, we will bring it to their military to military. The Kremlin has responded with fury. Russian President Putin condemned the attacks as a direct act of war and accused NATO to invalidate the strikes through satellite intel and advanced weaponry. Putin's statement states TV footage: "We will not tolerate foreign-backed aggression on Russian oil, and all options are now on the table." In response, NATO called an emergency meeting in Brussels to assess the nation's situation and preparation for potential escalation. NATO headquarters, US and European defense officials arriving. While NATO maintains that it is not directly involved in Ukrainian targeting, several alliance members, including the US and UK, have confirmed they continue to provide real-time battlefield intelligence and defensive support. NATO Secretary General said that NATO remains committed to Ukraine's self-defense, but we are not seeking a wider conflict with Russia. The strikes come at a time when the war has largely stalled on the front lines in eastern Ukraine, with Russia digging in and Ukraine shifting focus to strategic disruption behind enemy lines. Ukraine drones in action, Russia SAM finds black smoke rising from a base. Military analysts say Ukraine is trying to stress Russia's defense and force Moscow to resource away from the front. Defense analysts say that these are not random attacks. Ukraine is hitting command and control centers, trying to recreate Russia's war machine from the inside. But with strikes now reaching the Russian heartland, the risk of miscalculation and wider war is growing. Some fear that a concerned Russia could retaliate with long-range missile strikes or worse, escalate towards tactical nuclear threats. So far, the US has urged restraint both publicly and behind the scene. Blinken or Biden making a statement: "We continue to support Ukraine's defense. At the same time, we argue all parties to avoid actions that could lead to uncontrolled escalation." Meanwhile, in Ukraine, public support for the strikes remains high, with many citizens saying it's time Russia feels the true cost of its innovation. Ukraine flags waving, missiles launching, somber scenes in Russian cities hit. As the battlefield expands, so does the dangers. What began as a local war may now be spiraling towards something far more global and far more unpredictable. Will NATO get pulled in deeper? Can the war will still be contained? Drop your thoughts in the comment and subscribe for the latest global conflict updates.